morning. Happy Wednesday. We're going to start with our calendar right away. And I want you to think about what is under our square today. So if you look, we had one whole sandwich. Then we had a chomp. We had a half a sandwich. Gulp, gulp. What is underneath this square today? I want you to say it out loud. What does the picture look like? What is the number? So think about that. Give you a couple seconds. Okay, so a lot of you, I bet, are saying number 11. And we know that because after 10 comes 11. What about the picture? Are you thinking it's still a sandwich? You're right. And is it going to be a whole, a half, or a fourth? What do you think? Yesterday, or actually on Monday, was a half, and Saturday was a whole. So what is today? It's a fourth. You're right. How do you know it's a 4? What gives it away? Yes, because there's 4 slices. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know it's a fourth. So I'm going to put that there. And we are going to write our date, which is 11-11-20. What am I going to write? A whole, a half, or a fourth? What do you think? Yes, it is a fourth. Good job. So now we're going to head over to our date and days in school. So I want you to take a look at our date. Yesterday was 11-10-20 for November 10th. What is today? We know that it's Wednesday. November, after 10, you said comes what number? 11. So we know it's 11-11-20 for November 11th, 2020. So watch carefully what I do to my chart. I'm going to bring this a little bit closer. Okay, so you can see our chart, right? I'm going to add another X. I want you to look carefully. How many days in school? And watch what I do. I'm doing that so you can easily see something exciting that just happened. How many days in school? Wow, well, I noticed that half of our chart is filled. Can you see that? So what number is that if half of our chart is filled? It is 50. We know that because half of 100, if this whole thing was filled, it would be 100. And I know that 50 is half of 100. I can also see that there's how many groups of 10? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of 10. So I could write 10. How many times would I need to write 10 to get to 50? 10, 20, 5 times, you're right. So 10 plus 10 is 20, plus another 10 is 30, 40, and 50. Way to go. Or we could say 50 because there's 5 groups of 10 plus what? Is there any extra ones in the number 50? 50 plus 0 equals 50. So we know that there's 5 tens and how many extra ones? You're right, there's 0 ones. And we can see that because there's a 0 at the end of 50. Good job. So right now I'm going to have you grab a couple of your math tools so you can pause the video so you can grab them. But what I need you to grab is your number corner book. So your number corner book looks like this. Look carefully right here. The other one is your bridges book. We need your number corner book. So it looks like some cubes and it says number corner. Go and get that. You also need your clock, which may yours is going to look a little bit different. This is mine. You need your clock and an expo marker. So go ahead and grab that. You can pause the video and then come back and you can play the video because we're going to do a little activity. All right. So you should have your number corner book. What I want you to do is find page 15. That is a 1 and a 5, and it's going to look like this. Look at the number 15. Can you see it? So it's a 1 and a 5. 15. And at the top it says, tell the time. So you need a pencil or a pen too. You can use your expo marker if you want. But you need something to write on because you're going to write on this. So I have mine already in a sleeve so I can show you as an example, but this is the page you're on, page 15 from your number corner book. And what we're going to do is tell a little bit of time. So remember I showed you before that when you have two hands, you have a big hand or a long hand that will touch the number, and then you have a small hand. So your job is to make your clock, your big hand, go to the 12. So put that on the 12 for me. So that means it's the top of the hour. I want you to do that with your clock, and I want you to move your clock, your little hand, to the 6. So it should look like this. Now what I want you to do is use your Tell the Time worksheet from your number corner book, and it's asking you to put the big hand on the 12 on all 4 clocks. So go ahead and do that. When you're done, it should look like mine, and I will show you mine when it's done. So grab your marker or a pen, pencil, and put your big hand touching the 12. So you know that is the top of the hour. So when you're done, what I want you to do is I am going to tell you a couple times. The first time on your clock should be the little hand on the 6 and the big hand on the 12. So go ahead and put up your little hand on the 6 on the very first clock. So it should look like this. Do you see mine? Think about what time that is. You know there's no minutes because the 12 means it's the top of the hour or a new hour. What time would it be? Look at your little hand. What is the little hand pointing to? It would be 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. So you could also write it like this. So watch carefully. A 6 and then 0, 0 because that is your minutes. That's your big hand, and we know there are no minutes because it is on the 12. So it would be 6 o'clock. Now what I want you to do is move your clock to an 8. Your big hand is still on the 12. Your little hand is on the 8. When you're done with that, I want you to make your little hand on the 8 for your second clock here. Go ahead and do that. So yours should look like this. I am not going to tell you the answer this time. I want you to think about what you did here, how they look the same and different, and see if you can figure out what time this clock says. So go ahead and do that and tell me what time yours says. So make sure you fill in your little box. Again, I am not going to tell you the answer because I'm going to have you take a picture of your worksheet when you're done and put it on Seesaw so I can see what you did. Let's move to our third clock. I want you to put the little hand on your 2. So your big hand is still at the 12. We're not changing that at all. Your little hand should be on the 2. So go ahead and fill that in on your worksheet so it should look like this. And then tell me what time it is. Again, I want you to do this on your own. The last clock that I want you to change is to put your little hand on the 7. Again, your big hand's still on the 12. It hasn't changed at all. Your little hand is on the 7. So go ahead and make your 4th clock, your last clock on your worksheet, just like mine. So the little hand is pointing to the 7. Your big hand is on the 12. What time will it be? I want you to fill in those 4 squares. When you're done, take a picture and send it to me on Seesaw. All right, friends, I can't wait to see your clocks when you're done. Don't forget to take a picture, and I will see you all on Seesaw. Have a great day.